Catastrophic human losses are already deeply ingrained in the Russian way of war, and they will not stop the Kremlin ruler, Putin. It is up to the West to help Ukraine win. As Foreign Policy reports, one of the darkest places on the planet today is the central storage facility for the remains of fallen soldiers in Rostov-on-Don. Photos have been circulated online showing that it is seriously overloaded. More bodies of occupiers remain in Ukrainian fields. The horrific rate at which Russians are dying on the front, far higher than the corresponding Ukrainian casualties, although the exact figures are kept secret by both sides, points to two disturbing truths about the Russian way of war. Thus, Russia's disregard for human life extends to its own troops. They are constantly used in meat assaults, and the mass deaths of soldiers are part of an increasingly overt eugenic policy, the goal of which is to rid the Russian Federation of undesirable elements and change the configuration of the population. The publication points to a much higher death rate in the war amongst Buryats, Tatars, and Tuvans, while residents of Moscow and St. Petersburg are being protected from the war. In addition, prisons in the Russian Federation have become virtually empty. Ukrainians, who were deliberately resettled from the occupied territories, and Russians were brought in to take their place, play a decisive role in Moscow's eugenics program. Tens of thousands, if not hundreds, of kidnapped children are being Russified to strip them of any Ukrainian identity, a clear echo of the Nazi eugenics policy of taking blonde Polish children back to the Reich to be adopted and turned into Germans. Some of the Ukrainian children are now old enough to be forcibly conscripted into the Russian army, another war crime in an already long list, the article says. The fate of the war now depends on the West's will to support Ukraine. In particular, the final weeks of Joe Biden's presidency could be decisive. Russia still has the numerical advantage, but its resources are not unlimited. Russia's suicidal war strategy, while effective, is not sustainable in the long term, especially given that the Russian economy is already showing signs of enormous strain.
الاعتياد الذي سبق الانفجار. المقاتلات الحربية الإسرائيلية باتت تتعمد أن تحلق على مستويات منخفضة جدا فوق الضاحية قبل الإغارة وبعدها. هذا يخلق حالة من الرعب الإضافي. غارتان بالأحرى وليس غارة واحدة. تصاعد الدخان الكثيف من موقعين باتجاه حارة حريق على الأغلب. انفجارات عنيفة جدا. إذا أيضا ما يمكن ملاحظته خلال اليومين الماضيين أن الجيش الإسرائيلي بات يتعمد أن يستهدف موقعين أو 3 مواقع دفعة واحدة.